this happiness vibe. It's feeling the happiness vibes right now. So there's only one question left to ask you. Are you ready? No, I didn't hear you. I said, are you ready to party your ass off at SummerSlam? My name is Hobbsy, and welcome to the Happiness Fighters Army, where we're all about fighting for our own happinesses, successes, dreams in life against our own darknesses of mental health, physical health, life situations, and the big bad world right now. Okay, it's that time of year again. One of my favourite WWE PLEs is coming up, and that is WWE SummerSlam. I love this PLE. It's like one of my top 10 PLEs of the whole year. And I feel like this SummerSlam, there are going to be moments that we're going to be like, oh my god, did that just happen? And that's why with this prediction video, I'm just going all out there with possible predictions. There's some matches I might not even say who I think is going to win. I might just say what the storyline could go either way. But I'm just going big or going home with this video. So I want to go through the matches of SummerSlam and any surprises that I think is going to happen. So with that, let's get on with the matches and the predictions, shall we? Now, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go from my least favourite matches to my favourite matches that I'm looking forward to. Then at the end of that, I am going to go any surprise predictions or surprise returns that I think are going to happen at WWE SummerSlam. So with that, let's get on with the matches. The first match I'm going to go through is the Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship match. Now with this match, I think first off, Braun Breaker could show up at Sami's comedy show the day before, and this is being filmed before that show, so if it happens, I am not going to edit it in and say it happened or not. So, but I really feel like they're going to do like a crossover between Sami's show and Braun Breaker and something there. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it could happen. Then with the match, I am predicting, even though I am a Sami Zayn fan, I am predicting that Braun Breaker is going to win this. So then it could lead Sami to do a team up with Jey Uso, and if they are splitting Judgment Day, Rhea and Damian Priest. But also I feel like they're going to give Braun Breaker a title, give him some more TV time, power. You could even have Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed. Give this South Australian wrestler some airtime and a chance to go for a title again. You could have a great rivalry between those two for a while. But at the end of the day, I feel like Braun Breaker is going to take this home. And I'm going to be saddened because I'm a Sami fan, but I understand if they are going that way. If not, if they have Sami win, well then I just think it's going to be another new challenger. I don't know who. I can't put at this point, but yeah. So that's my predictions on that match. The next match is Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. Now with this match, there is no way Logan Paul's winning this. I know it's in his hometown and they're going to have him win, but I feel like LA Knight is like championship ready. I reckon LA Knight's going to win this, and then Logan Paul's going to have a hissy fit, and then this is just going to continue on. Either that or maybe LA Knight versus Escobar rivalry is going to start after this, after LA Knight wins the championship at SummerSlam. And yeah, I just cannot wait for this one. This one's, I really am hoping LA Knight wins it because he deserves championship gold right now. And there's so much you could do with him as champion. So that's my predictions for that match. The next match is Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the undisputed WWE Championship. Now, this one is going to be interesting because you could have Roman come back, you could have Jimmy come back, and have Cody's back. You could have the Tonga brothers and Jacob Fatui get involved. I reckon at one point the ref is going to get knocked out in this match. I'm going to predict that. But this is hard to say as a Cody Rhodes fan, but I feel like they're going to have Solo win it. And then maybe after the match, that's when Roman comes back, and then they set up Roman versus Solo feuds, and I reckon this is going to go right until the end of the year. And you could have slowly like Jimmy and Jay teaming with Roman again, and old bloodline take on new bloodline. But yeah, I feel like Cody's going to lose it. Plus Cody, if I remember hearing or reading right, is going to be starring in a movie soon. I'm not 100% sure. My mind might be reading things, so he'll need take time off to do that, and to be champion and to do that at the same time, I don't think could be possible. So yeah. Plus, you could have this Cody lose, go off for a while, and then come back at Bad Blood, seeing that he's in the ad for Bad Blood. Maybe a comeback there. But I feel like Solo's going to win. And I'm not hoping that happens. I'm hoping this is one prediction I get wrong this time. But I understand if Solo does win, where they're going with it. So that's my predictions on that match. Now we have Bayley versus Queen Nia for the WWE Women's Championship. Now this match is going to be interesting. Because one, I think Tiffany's going to be at ringside. Or if not, she's going to come out somewhere in this match. Two, I feel like there is going to be a moment where Bayley and Nia are both knocked out, down in the ring, or one's outside, one's in the ring, something like that. And Tiffany is going to cash it in, or try to cash it in. And I reckon they're going to do the first ever women's fail cash in by having Tiffany cash it in, and she's going to be like, which one do I do? Do I do Nia? Do I do Bayley? Which one do I pin? And then she decides to go for Bayley. And then I feel like we're going to have a return of the real queen of WWE, Charlotte Flair. We'll hear her music. Charlotte takes out Tiffany. And then whoever wins out of Bayley and Nia, I can't choose. I reckon they could go either way. I'm hoping Bayley. I am a Bayley fan. But I feel like they might be going Nia a bit as well. Being a plus size fan, I can see that. And plus, Nia is on the roll right now. But I feel like whoever wins, we're still going to continue this rivalry. And I feel like Charlotte will have Bayley's back, being two of the 4 horsewomen. That could be interesting as well. But I feel like after SummerSlam, it's going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte for a while as well. Because in, I think, the Survivor Series War Games post-match interview last year, her and Becky were asked who are the next versions of them. And Becky said Lyra, of course. And Charlotte said Tiffany Stratton. So we could finally be getting that feud, which, if we are, I'm all for it. I am so going the Queen, Charlotte Flair. So yeah, I can't pick a winner in this. I'm just going to enjoy the match. I'm hoping Bayley, but I get if they go at Nia as well. That's how good this rivalry is. So, World Heavyweight Championship between Damian Priest and Gunther. First off, I was always going to go El Campeon Priest, but I'm going El Campeon more with the whole storyline revolving around this. Him being like being called street trash, living on the street, working his way up. I get that. I haven't lived on the streets myself, but I've been fighting so hard for my happiness, my dreams. I get that vibe. And then Gunther being like the rich brat. I get that as well. So I'm always going to go El Campeon. And I have got a funny... This match could go so many ways. And I've got a funny feeling that if El Campeon Priest wins, that Finn Balor is going to beat down on him, and this will be the start of the divide in Judgment Day. Especially if in the other match I'm going to talk about, Liv Morgan teams up with him. Also, if I could see them putting the championship on Gunther, with the next live PLE being Bash in Berlin, Austria, Berlin as well. But I can't pick which way. I'm going El Campeon Priest as still as champion, but I get if they're going Gunther, so I'm just going to enjoy this match. Now, the next match I'm going to talk about is Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk with the special guest referee, Seth frickin' Rollins. First off, I love how Seth frickin' Rollins has all the power in this match. I love it. I love it so much. I reckon he's definitely going to turn a blind eye onto disqualification stuff and maybe countouts, and we could have people come out in this. But at the end of the day, Drew's going to win this. I'm sorry. I cannot go for Punk in this. You know how I feel about Punk. Drew has got this hatred and pain and anger, really motivates someone to do really bad things to someone. So I reckon that's going to happen. If not, I'll say if. That's a big if. I could see maybe AJ Lee coming out and causing a disqualification by maybe attacking Seth Rollins. And then this is a big, big if. Only if she wants to and is ready and wants to come back, we could have the man, Becky Lynch, come out to Seth Rollins' aid. I can just see it now. And then that could set up Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee at Bad Blood. If this happens, I would lose my mind. But I feel like this is one of those out there things. Especially with Becky saying she wants some time off, and she is having some time off. But it's really ironic that her WWE Legends docos is like after SummerSlam as well. And she's just announced a paperback copy of her book, Not Your Average Girl, is coming out next year. If it doesn't happen here, I reckon somewhere down the line it might happen. But if this happens, I will be on the happiest high ever. I'm just getting happy thinking about this. But this is one of those way out there ones, so. And with that, that's the predictions on that. Now, I'm going to talk about my favourite match of the night. The one I'm looking forward to the most. And that is Liv Morgan versus Mummy, aka Rhea Bloody Ripley, for the Women's World Championship. I have loved this storyline. And especially the way Mummy has come back. There is so many possibilities with this match. But first off, I am going to say I am always going to go Mummy. Mummy's definitely going to get that championship back. I went against Mummy at WrestleMania and my judgment went wrong. So I'm not going against Mummy again. And I'm going to say Mummy's going to get this title back. And this feud is going to be living on until Bad Blood. I reckon that's going to happen. But if they have Liv win, if there is some possibilities how the story could play out, First one, Dom screws Rhea, which I don't really see now. I don't see it happening. It's just too obvious. Finn Balor screwing Rhea and teaming up with Liv. I don't see that happening. This one is the one I see mostly happening if Liv Morgan does retain the championship. And that is the return of Miss Raquel Rodriguez. And she's going Miss Mummy out of the championship title. I don't know how, but somehow. And then those two taking on Rhea. That's how I see it, because Liv at the moment is playing that crazy, broken-hearted person. And what does that one person need when they're going through a breakup? Their best friend. And who was Liv's former tag team partner? Besides Rhea, Raquel Rodriguez. And who has had a feud with Mummy? Raquel Rodriguez. So I feel like we're going to get the return of Raquel Rodriguez. And as someone that has psoriasis and deals with it on a daily basis, I'm here for her return. I really want her to return. It would be really good, especially at SummerSlam. And then this is another out there idea as well. We could also have the return, like I said, of if she wants to and she's ready and she wants to come back, of the man, Becky Lynch, come back as well, because the way she went out with Liv screwing over her and winning the title, and with Dom as well, we could have her return into this storyline, especially if Raquel is coming back. Rhea's going to need someone to team with, and I could see this. And yes, I know they're having a feud, but it could be one of those, like, my enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of things, and they just have to team up for a while, and then maybe eventually they could go at it for the championship when Mummy does get that championship back off of Liv, if not at SummerSlam. And another reason why I see this happening too is because I don't see this, if it doesn't happen SummerSlam, I see it happening maybe somewhere between, say, now and Bad Blood. And another reason why I see this possibly happening as well is because if we get Becky Lynch back and Charlotte Flair back, we could have them team up again sometime soon in the future, and them going after the women's tag team titles. I would really love that. That's the one thing I would love to see. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch as women's tag team champions. It'd be like the Hardys winning a tag team championship. That's how I would feel about this. But I'm getting sidetracked. So Mummy's definitely going to retain at SummerSlam, and then the rivalry's going to live on, because Liv's going to be like, oh, I lost my championship, I want it back, sort of thing. But there is a possibility that Raquel could return and screw Mummy out of it. So I'm just going to enjoy this match, but I am going Mummy all the way for the win for this match. Now, with all the matches out of the way, I want to say some surprise predictions that could happen at SummerSlam. First off, The Miz is hosting SummerSlam, which, thank God. I reckon he's not going to host it alone though. I reckon R-Truth is going to host it with him, and there's just going to be comical antics of some sort. I don't know what, but that's one surprise prediction. 2, like I said, Charlotte Flair's going to return, and Raquel's going to return, and I'm going to go out there and say maybe even the Hardys could return. Maybe. That's just a big maybe, because Comic-Con is like around that weekend. They can make a surprise return. I'm going to say on the Countdown show there's going to be some sort of maybe tag team match, either men's or women's, I reckon. I don't know what, but I reckon that's going to happen. I'm also going to say that the Garcia twins, formerly known as Bella Twins, could also make a surprise return at SummerSlam, because they did say in an interview that they did want to get back into the ring. and with SummerSlam being that weekend, and they're going to be at Comic-Con, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying they are, but it could happen. Also, I reckon we could get maybe... Nah, I think that's it for returns. I reckon Jelly Roll's going to do something there. I know he's got a concert on there, but I reckon he's going to get involved in some sort of match or something. And I'm going to say we may even get an announcement of the ticket sales for WrestleMania in Las Vegas next year. Either at SummerSlam or after SummerSlam. And if that happens, I'm going to be screwed. Because the girl just paid off a $500 debt to her sister and her family from money she owed them from Elimination Chamber. And she doesn't have the money for the tickets for WrestleMania now. So, if that does happen. But if it doesn't... But yeah, that's all that's happening. Also, look out for my socials, which is Hobbsy the Happiness Fighter, on SummerSlam Day time, because there will be a surprise coming out. And that's all I'm saying, because I do not want to ruin it. And with that, I'm going to end the video here. And I hope you guys are having a great party, joyful type of day. If not, I'm sending you virtual hugs.